is Troy Antone. I'm the owner of Oneida Cannabis Store here in Oneida, Nation of the Thames, Fairgrounds Road. We were established November 1st, 2018. So we're on our third phase of the building project right now. I have a new building business. So let's go in and check it out. We started out with a single lane in the shed, right there. A little shed I rented probably about 2 years ago. Started out with 10 jars, 2 ounces each jar. We'll take a look in the shed. It's pretty small. It was very small to start out with. It was very good. 2 years ago, 2018, November 1st, 2018.
And what was the decision that made you decide to do this here?
Mainly something I wanted. I was hungry for something in life to do. Like, I've always been in business. I've had smoke shops, managed smoke shops, owned smoke shops in the past. And it was time for a new era in my life to find my calling, and then this is where it was. The whole time was marijuana. I didn't realize I was always an avid smoker since I was like 14 years old. Grew up growing weed plants in the family, all the time. People always in my family around marijuana. Never looked at it as a drug ever. Looked at it as medicine. Came in, grew up here, so I just started. When I got this shed, I said I got to do something. So I bought myself some weed, probably about 2 ounces each. Started on the shed, put them in the jars. Just found out weed maps, went on there, went right ahead every day, boom, just did what I did, was comfortable doing. Talking to people, promoting myself, my brand, which is Oneida Cannabis Store, promoting other people's brands that I've latched down to over the times, and really adapted well and growing with them. I believe in loyalty and staying on top of things, and always keeping my standards. Changing my standards, making them higher, giving myself, setting little goals to achieve a big goal. I wasn't always like that, but since I've been in this business, it showed me a lot. You know what I mean? I've been able to do it without guidance. Because I've actually come and comprehend things as I go. So this is where it all started. It's all locked up right now. I don't have a key, okay. But it's actually, there's nothing in there no more. This is the 12 by 20 foot shed. We just had 2 display cases. A storage in the back we started with, and then we were there for about almost a year, I'd say 10 months before we finally moved on, and we bought this location here, which I paid cash for.
Can you give us a tour of that?
Yeah, we can go on this one here. Now, mind you, I made sure I had the ramps I was thinking about for people with disabilities, elderly, because over the years, from working at businesses in communities on the reserve, I've seen how elderly people struggle over the slightest little bump, and even somebody with disabilities. So I made sure we had the ramp and everything fit for people to come into our business. I started out here on the second building here, 10 months into my business career, whatever, cannabis career, and a trailer I had purchased just online on Kijiji. Came through here. I had Tracy Docks there, which is a carpenter. He's a good carpenter here in Oneida. He did all the work. He did the carpentry work here. He came in here. Commercial, really. And then here we are. We came in here after we left the little shed, right here. Bought some brand new showcases. I was having more equity this time, more money to play with, so I decided to go a little bit bigger. I didn't blow all my money on everything, but I made sure I budgeted very well. I was able to buy some nice showcases, everything brand new on this time around, But this little bit bigger building than the shed. And again, mind you, stayed here for another 10 months. Again, same amount of time. Here we are again on the third building. Mind you, this building was great. Cheech and Chong was here. They signed a mural at the back. They also signed a pound of weed for me, which you guys can want to pause it. I'll just grab it and I'll show you guys. Now this is something I'll always cherish. Not too many store owners or shop owners have a pound of weed in their store signed by Cheech and Chong.
And tell us the story of how that came about.
Well, I had a fellow by the name of Jonathan Mello working for me, and he came up one day. We knew Cheech and Chong was coming into the city, into London here, so we started talking. I said, Mello, maybe we can get them here. He's like, I have a contact. I might know somebody that knows him. So, you know, as it goes, we just kept on pursuing. I said, did you get a hold of him? Did you get a hold of him? He said, yeah, I got a hold of him. We're trying. Finally, we got a hold of the guy. Got a hold of Paris Chong, I mean. Sorry, I always get them mixed up. Paris Chong. And yeah, he called Jonathan back and we set up the deal. Made sure enough for Cheech and Chong to come on out. They came out, endorsed us very well, did everything very well. I got some videos, I'll give it to you guys. I sat one-on-one, smoked a smoked a joint with them. They went in the back. We smoked a joint with my dog. We sat, looked at my plants. They were talking about the environment here, how it's very nice, and how it was like so like a secret place, and they liked it very much. And they definitely want to come back, but you know, everybody's busy schedules is kind of hard these days.
And you have a mural with them?
Yes, I have a mural signed right on the back of the trailer here. So when you come back, we'll take a look at that. Right here is the mural. A little bit faded, but they were here. You know, we can obviously get that touched up again. Same as here. Chong was right here. I have the pictures, everything. It's very authentic. They were here. Yeah, they were right here. It was very good that day. I was something I accomplished very well in my very soon in my career. I'm very hopeful or very humble to do that. Like, I'm grateful for that. Really grateful. You know what I mean? It was the best thing ever in my life, and now I'm just promoting the rest of my brands through what I do now, right? So it's mainly probably consistency. I'm very consistent on all my products, and I carry the same products. I've been carrying the same products since I've opened in 2008. The marijuana is always fresh. You know, we always look into things, get it tested. If we really want to like go above and beyond, we usually get orders. We'll take an order if somebody, if they want to get an exotic strain or something, we'll take it and we'll find it for them if we can, you know, such and such. Just catering to the people in the area is mainly, you know, getting the marijuana out there, getting what I know is such a good product and good plant that's helping everybody. Like, this changed my life. I was unemployed, I was not doing very well, you know what I mean? But I had the smarts to become like a business owner still, you know, I just didn't have the equity. I mean, well, marijuana was my equity the whole time. So. Now this mural here it was drawn by a local artist out of St. Thomas named Chelsea Barb Chelsea. She's a tattoo artist. She's got her own business in St. Thomas. She did very well. She did the emblem. She just pasted on there somehow and drew it on there. She did it very well. She's really good. Very impressed. She did the Cheech and Chong mural too as well. So I wish she was kind of here today. You know.
Now, this is can you tell us this is your drive-through here?
Yeah. So in the winter during COVID, we altered everything very quickly because I knew I had insights. I just had a feeling things were gonna get sticky out there. So we altered everything to a drive-through and to a delivery as soon as we could. We were shutting down big crowds when they were coming in right away. So we were trying to take care of everything. We even had thermal thermometer guns. We were checking people when we were coming in. We were doing that way before Ontario was doing that. So we were on it way before them. You know what I mean? So yeah, everything was well. And the window's been very helpful. People come up, they feel safe. It's well lit up. It's well secured. We got a nice scenery here. It's not very rushed. People come in, they leave. If they want, they can sit in the shade and have a joint. As long as they have a DD, we're very keen on that too. We don't like people leaving here smoking and driving. So that's what we're all about, that safety, health, wellness. You want to get a picture with the pound of wheat from Cheech and Chong? Just hold it like that.
Cheech and Chong, right?
We can just go in now. Yeah.
As you can see, the inside, we went very big and spent some money this time because we have a little bit more equity again. Just going above the stages, building my business. This is the very first time we've been in here. So I was born and raised right here. This is my home. I was born here in 1981. Been here ever since. I never left. I always lived here, never left ever. As you can see, I started my own business. Oh, want to take it down? Yeah, I never left this place ever. I was born here. This is my home. I've been here for 39 years now. I did everything on my own property. Made sure to stay on my own property. My insights are to help the community in the future, possibly get more economic opportunities. Maybe we have a dump nearby. It's really smelly. I'd like to get something going with the people on that, like some kind of air filtration, or even possibly shutting it down in the future. Like it's not something we can live with, and I can just imagine people under poverty. Like it's awful. So we have to get something done about it. That's my insights about everything. Like that's why I started the business. I was tired of being what do you call it, being suppressed? Is that what it is?
Yeah, held down.
Yeah, held down. I couldn't make no money. And I was working in London, working at factories. I did landscaping. I've done everything. I've managed this, cooked that. You know what I mean? It's just business was my calling, because I've had smoke shops. Like I said, I did good with the cigarettes. Every time I had something good to work with, like actually really what do you call it, where the markup is actually pretty good and you can actually very profitable. It's easier to get things done. It's easier to expand. Mm-hmm. So that's how I can see why corporations can expand so easily, because they make it so it's so easy for them, right? I've donated a lot. It started out with I teamed up with Oneida Organics. I bought a bat for the ball team, just stuff like that. It was a $300 bat. That's where it started. I started giving back, and I donated. My neighbor, she was working for the women's shelter. I gave her a change. I donated a bunch of change, like a plastic container full of change. Like you kind of leave at your by your till. Must be about. She said there's about $700 in there. So, and I gave some to the Hit Start. They didn't even recognize it. The band didn't even want to. Like I didn't know what they did with the money. They said they were going to give me a receipt. They didn't. And I donated to people in the community. Like I said, a kid around the corner needed money for his hockey. So his dad came by and I gave him $1,000. I gave $200 to a wedding one time. Another girl was going out to college. She needed money for college, $500. My friend Luke Nicholas, he calls me once in a while. He's got this thing where families are in need for groceries, food, and like on an emergency basis. And sometimes I'll just donate $200 on a random basis. And, so over the years I've contributed quite a bit. It's not even like I don't keep track, because I don't think it's. I keep track, but I don't keep track at the time. Like I just hear, you know what I mean? Whatever I can to help out, because I've learned in this business, money's not all about everything. It's about helping people. I'm trying to help. I've noticed the difference between good and bad in this, and I want to be the good. So there's a lot of things I can do. Like I feel like I can get into politics even. So maybe in the future I could even get into there. It's gaining the respect of the community though. This main thing.